Oh, we're going live. The Hangout is moving. Come on. Looking for the little yellow light, and we are live. Hey, Internet friends, MagicBrad here, Synergy Cafe. Hope you got your beverage of choice. I've got coffee, I think it is, and my little duck. Quack, quack. And I have a special guest here that I just met through a friend that I met at a meetup event. And then we had lunch, and then we got connected on social media. And then he introduced me to her. And her name is Jessica Peterson. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Where are you? Are you over on the West Coast?
Actually, I'm right in the middle. I'm over here in Colorado.
That's kind of as far as I'm concerned. It's the coast. I'm over on the East Coast in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm originally from Oregon, though.
There you go. I did a book report of Oregon when I was in grade school.
You did?
Very
What
green.
part? Oh, yes. Very green.
Portland and green and all that kind of cool stuff. I've been there for some events with Neil Donald Walsh, because he lives over in Ashland.
Oh,
You know
yes.
Neil Donald Walsh?
Yes.
So here's what I do, Jessica, is I just ask some basic questions of who, what, where, when, how, and why, and you answer them, and then we can talk about some of the projects you've got coming up. So the first thing is, who is Jessica? Is she a mother? Is she a daughter? Who are you?
Wow. Well, thank you for asking. So, yes, this month actually is 17 years being married to my wonderful husband, Evan. And I have a daughter, believe it or not. We were told we can never have kids, so never say never. She just turned 10. She's the love of my life. And who I am, I tell people I'm a connector, supporter, and protector. So that's who I am. I love to volunteer, and I thoroughly enjoy creating wow givers around the world.
So what is it? What is it specifically that you do? Are you like you work at a coffee shop, or what do you do?
That sounds fun. That actually sounds really fun. So I'm the founder of Customer Wow Project. We officially launched in March of 2012, so we're now in 2015. And originally what happened was I headed up banking finance for a long, long time. And in 2009, I'll never forget when my husband said, I no longer want to be the stay-at-home dad. This is much harder work than actually working. And I found myself working 7 days a week, morning till night, and I wasn't really feeling fulfilled. So I walked away from that, gave all assets to my partner, although I do regret that. I have to say I regret that. But it was the best decision I ever made. And companies kept coming to me and saying, share your secrets from social media success and how you win people over and how you were constantly top sales. And through all the time and money that I've dedicated to social media, especially Facebook, I found that there was a big gap missing out there for companies to wow, which stands for win people over, increase word-of-mouth marketing. And when you're able to win people over and increase that word-of-mouth marketing while making a difference, it not only naturally grows your business and word-of-mouth marketing, but you're also making a difference in this world. So I'm extremely passionate about that. My life has been blessed with amazing relationships that have come through social media, and I want to pay it forward and to teach other companies how to do the same.
Okay, so where do you do your work? Do you like work all over the place? It looks like right now you're on a couch in a coffee shop. You don't have an office.
No. I'm actually in a really comfy, nice office chair. Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Morticia.
Yeah. It's one of those queen wingback chairs. I want to sit something comfortable here. So I wish I was in a coffee shop. No, I do have an office, and I also have a home office, so I have both. And I have clients all around the world. Right now I'm working on a project for a social media campaign for an international company, and we're working with them on, their image, how to wow, how to communicate. Their client has to make $1 billion or more per year for them to take on, so it's a different aspect when it comes to wowing. And then we also service the smaller guys too. I just heard back from a client yesterday who said within 30 days of implementing your system, I've already generated thousands of dollars in business. But it goes beyond that. It goes more than just the dollars and the money, but it also goes about making a difference in this world.
What's the WOW thing again, the acronym?
Win people over, increase word-of-mouth marketing. And I'm creating wow givers, so when you're done with my program, you have a certificate that you can sit down with your clients or potential clients and say, I care for my customers. I care for my clients. I appreciate your trust. I invested in this program to be a wow giver. It's because I value relationships.
See, that's great.
Yeah.
That's the one differentiator of, because you can get something, you can get a product anywhere. It's all about who do you get it from.
Absolutely, and we only work with companies who care. I pre-screen everybody. I just had a company we turned down, and they said, well, don't you get, we're going to pay 6 figures, and I said, don't you get, it's not all about the money. I really only want to work with companies who truly care for people, who truly care for their clients.
Okay, so the next question is like how? How do you work? Do you have like classes that people take or downloadable workbooks, or how do you do your process?
There's several ways to work with me. One is one-on-one, so that's typically the bigger companies, the bigger corporations. You know, we worked with a financial firm, and we just assisted them to win top firm in their city, which they've been trying to get for over a decade, which is really exciting. So we can work one-on-one with those companies. And then the smaller companies, we have masterminds. Right now I'm collecting names for a waiting list. For our mastermind, we meet once a week for an hour for 4 weeks virtually. And I go through my proven step system on how to wow. And when we do that, we also mastermind. So we can ask others for input. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think about this?
Okay. Well, then the last question I have, and then we can get into some just projects and things that you got going on, is why? Why do you do this, and why aren't you like an RN or a massage therapist or a ski instructor?
You know, that's a great question. Again, my life has been richly blessed with the relationships. And I found that at the beginning, it was difficult to learn how to utilize Facebook, social media. It was a lot of time, a lot of money. And I want to fix that pain and frustration for other business owners. And it's also my small way of making a difference. And I had the big aha moment when we had flooding here in Colorado a couple years back. And the devastation was worse than actually Katrina. And I remember I was landlocked. A bunch of us were, and we couldn't even leave, but all of us got together through Facebook and the community. I even had someone say, hey, Jessica, I want to donate this $5,000 bedroom set, select somebody. So I selected somebody, and you know, it was just all about communicating and being there for each other. And times are great right now, which is awesome, and the relationships keep growing. But when times get difficult, money can't love you back, but relationships can. And it's a way to stay in touch with people and to have that bucket or that part of your life to be fulfilled.
Wow, well put. I like that. Money can't love you back, but relationships can.
Mm-hmm.
I put that in quotes. Put that on one of those images and put it out Facebook.
Awesome. Yes, it's so true. It's so true. And you know, again, that's why I only want to work with people who want to make a difference. One of my favorite books is The Go Giver. I firmly believe the more you give and put out there, the more it'll come back to you. And you know, we have tons of success stories, but even my husband, that's a whole other story. We put our heart out there at evanandjessicapeterson.com. You know, he finally went after his dream, and we've had 3,000 people join us on the mission in the last 8 months, and people keep asking, well, how did you do that? How did you do that? Well, once you know your purpose and you're passionate, and then if you utilize social media efficiently, you should be able to succeed.
That's very key. That's a challenge I'm having right now because I've always been entrepreneurial, and I'm kind of like all over the board. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to resell candy, and I used to make jewelry, and I used to be in gymnastics and martial arts. I was going to start a martial arts school and all these entrepreneurial ventures and stuff. But when you really get focused on what your purpose is, the other people that are looking for that purpose find you. It's kind of miraculous.
Absolutely. You said something, I know this, it probably wasn't even planned or on subject, but I love how you talked about, as a kid, what you love to do. And it's amazing how it comes into your life, and how many people I meet who really don't know their purpose or their calling. And someone once said, look back what you did as a kid. And actually, you're going to find this really fascinating, because this will probably go on our next subject, how we originally met. I remember as a kid, when I played with Barbies, they all had schedules, agendas. They were always volunteering and making a difference, and had schedules and careers and independent women. And I thought that was normal. And I discovered no other kids play Barbies that way. So.
That's very true. You know, the name I use, MagicBrad, that comes because when I was a little kid, a guy made a quarter disappear, pulled it out of my ear, and it just fascinated me, and I started doing magic as a kid. Into high school, when I graduated, I got a job. I didn't like it. I got laid off, and I started doing magic full time. And that's what got me in the events industry, producing trade shows and seminars and things of that sort. And I still do magical entertainment. And my wife says I should blend that in more with the marketing and things that I'm doing. And
Wow.
I know that I should do that, but because it's almost second nature, the magic part, it seems like it's so minimal because it's just part of my deal. But it is a big piece of it. I have to rethink how I'm doing all this stuff and bring back the magic and the mystique and the perception and shifting of reality and all that kind of stuff.
I love it. Power of thoughts is so huge. I teach that to my daughter, and the other day she goes, Mom, I keep thinking I'm going to get this puppy, and it's not happening. My power of my thoughts aren't working. And I shared with her, I said, you know, sometimes it's not instant, but it will eventually come true. It really will. And I love how the entrepreneurial part of you and the magic, and you, I have to say, you blow my mind how many people have looked you up on Google. I have to give you kudos for that. That's amazing. So over 100,000 people are looking you up. So you're doing something right with those thoughts and law of attraction. And, you know, you're creating magic for entrepreneurs. That's awesome.
That's what it's all about. Like I said, you got to give to get. And
yes,
it's sort of the law of the universe. So let's get into the part about any projects that you've got coming up. And then we're at about 15-minute mark, and then we'll close this off so we don't take people's valuable time so they can get out and enjoy their life. So what do you got going on?
Okay, so how you and I were introduced is Andrea Solinger came to me and said, would Customer Wow Project like to be part of the Ultimate Women's Conference? And I had to say yes, because I fully believe in relationships online and offline. It's a combination of both. And I look at this as my goodwill and giving back for this year and volunteering and supporting and sponsoring this. And it's been a wild journey, as you and I discussed. So we are attracting women from West Coast, East Coast Canada who are coming together, who want to be connected, network, empowered, make a difference in a woman's life. We're going to make a difference for a woman who has stage 4 cancer, and we're going to be creating 6-figure contracts. This will be the ultimate women's conference. And you said as a way of giving back, we invested a lot of money and time in creating a quiz, and it's been so amazing at women around the world saying, thank you for this quiz. I actually printed out this quiz to get me thinking. It's a fun quiz to empower you. It's 4 minutes to see, are you the ultimate woman? It's at ultimatewomanquiz.com, and the event is at ultimatewomensconference.com. And then my gift to the world is I have a book on Wow Now Increase Revenue, and then I also have Wow Now on Facebook. If you go to customerwowproject.com, it's my way of paying it forward and giving it back to the world.
Okay, that's a lot to remember and
I know.
all that. So if you will give me those links on Facebook, or
yes.
Yeah, that'll work, and then I'll embed those into where this video is going to be.
Awesome.
And then what I do is I take that video and I put that on a blog post and I put that out to the universe, and then I blast it out to my email list so that everybody knows that something's going on, and if it resonates with them, they collaborate and connect, and magic happens.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, I'm all about bringing value, so thank you so much for having me. I'm really grateful for it.
Okie doke. Well, I'm going to sign this off because we are 15 minutes in, so I'm going to stop the broadcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you happen to see this on YouTube or out on the internet cosmos somewhere, and thank you, Jessica, for spending the time.
Thank you.